one of the really cool things about our program that is also often one of the most ambiguous ones to a student just looking from the outside is probably going to be our practicum, right? Our MS practicum, this 1.5 credit core that everybody takes in the spring semester before they graduate. But practicum is actually, in my opinion, the secret sauce of the degree program, because the practicum is this wild card, this open-ended question that every student gets to ask. And that question is whatever your mind thinks of to apply the skills you've learned through the program through the lens of some topic area, right? And so what is really, really cool is that students will take this in really one of two ways, right? The first way that they'll take it is they'll go in and they will come up with their own independent project where they will collect and seek out the data and they will go in and build something, right? And we encourage people to not just go and say, well, I'm going to choose this marketing project I'm not really excited about, but I want to be in marketing someday. And even though it's boring, I'm going to do it because it'll look good on a resume. No, absolutely not, right? This is your passion project, because nothing will help you in your career more than doing something with the skills, building and learning and applying in something that you can passionately describe to an employer and discuss and show off and be really excited about it. And so we had people do things like Dow index analysis and financial modeling around S&P 500. We had a group of students last year doing a whole port and commodity trans-border freight data analysis project to try and understand how freight ships and that whole supply chain could be optimized better. We had production planning, optimization problems students were exploring. We had one student do a whole analysis on the history of data surrounding UFO sightings and trying to identify topical and psychological indicators that led to like these sightings and these reportings of UFOs. Really, really interesting. We had agricultural and kind of social responsibility driven projects, credit risk analysis. All of these things are things that the students will work on, supported by me and the rest of the department, right? Those are the independent projects. Flip side, there's the other end of the coin, right? The other end of the coin are sponsored experiential projects, right? These are where we work with either a business unit internal to the university, right? Or we work with an external company to get the students access to real data, real problems, real outcomes. They have a real stakeholder that they are on the hook to deliver to, right? And they will provide that sort of value. Last year, we had a number of students who became interested in cybersecurity analytics, and they developed a framework for what we refer to as adversarial machine learning. Basically, how do we protect the new generative AI platforms that every business is launching right now, using data-driven detection and analysis. We had another set of students that were looking at healthcare data to recommend enhancements to patient care to reduce the cost for patients and improve patient outcomes across a large population. Real patients, real data. We had the, obviously, when I say real patients, real data, I have to put the disclaimer that it's all sanitized data because there are federal regulations. And so we also learned how to navigate those regulations and how to make sure that we comply with privacy obligations and security obligations, right? This year, we've got more coming up that are about market demographic analysis for a broadcasting company is about the most I can get into depth on that, because a lot of these are real companies, and so there are certain nuances of what we can and can't talk about publicly about them. But it's a broadcasting company that's interested in learning more about their consumer behavior so they can drive better programming to those populations. We've got generative AI development, where we need people to work on developing small little applications to help process automation in different organizations. We've just got, I could keep going for hours and hours and hours about the variety of projects that our students engage with. And our goal is always, always, always to get the real data from the real organizations, whether it's independent or experiential, because at the end of the day, I want you to have a portfolio project that you can go into that interview and say, this is my GitHub page. This is my portfolio website. Go check it out. I'm really excited about it. And every year, the students just blow me away with the outstanding outputs that they have. And they land jobs for it, right? And some of the students have gotten jobs with the companies they've worked on the experiential projects with. And so, I'd encourage any student looking at like, oh, what projects am I going to get? What experiences am I going to get in a 1.5-year program that doesn't have an internship? The answer is as many as you're willing to participate in, and in any area that you find interest and excitement in, we'll support it. That's what we're here for. And that's what helps our students land their dream career roles. And so we'll keep doing it.